Well, we're going live, so.
Save the right full screen.
Well, I say every day it's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.
We're not qualified.
Who are you?
Explorers in the further regions of experience.
Did you not listen?
Then the hell with you.
Good morning, greetings, salutations, and welcome in to a special SITV Presents panel. We're talking about Firefly today. Welcome in, everybody. And speaking of everybody, before we get into anything else, I'd like to welcome to the channel for the first time, Rhetorical Thrill. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome.
Shiny.
Very shiny.
We also have joining us this morning, Caucasian Sasquatch.
Thank you. What did I do wrong this time?
Nothing yet. But we'll
give
get there.
me a chance. I can live up to it. I promise.
All right. Aaron Laura, the Aaronator.
Aaronator, good afternoon for me, but still may as well be morning because I am not a morning person either. Thanks for having me for today's stream.
Absolutely.
That's the longest intro I've had.
I think that might be your longest intro ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think normally your intro is like you saying it's your intro. So and we have joining us all the way from Europe, Clifton.
Yes, it's good evening, everyone. I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you, my man. We were going to have Abe as well, but I think there was a conflict of scheduling, so no English representation today. That's fine. We got a Canadian, German, and then
Europeans taste like beef.
They might. So, for those of you in the audience who are wondering what the hell's going on, if you haven't heard me talk about this in the last week, essentially, I've been trying to get RT here on the show for a while, and just due to a kind of a scheduling kind of conflict, and the fact that we've had some Firefly news drop, and you've recently finished dropping your Firefly and Serenity reaction videos on your own channel.
I did.
It's it felt like a good time to just have a panel that was basically all Firefly.
It was very weird how that worked out too, because I filmed it all last summer before any of this was going down, and I got around to editing it in like the fall, and then just started putting them out, and then it just happened to be that like I had Serenity come out, I think just before they made the big announcement.
Before, yeah.
I was like, oh, that worked out pretty good for me.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Couldn't
That was
complain.
very strange timing, but it worked out really well, and it seems like a good time on account of it's a show that's on everybody's lips again for the first time in some time. So we're here to talk about the good, the bad, what we liked, what we didn't like, what our thoughts about the future, and all of that good stuff. So yeah, welcome in, everybody. We're going to say hello to the chat real quick to make sure that they know that we're paying attention to them a little bit. We've got
kids.
Scotty Waddles is finally first again. It's been a minute, dude. Welcome in.
I was almost certain he was AI for months and months until he actually came on a panel with me after the show one afternoon, and I got to actually like see him. He's a person, like for reals. I'm really good AI.
We've got Shadow of Hawk in chat. Howdy, kid. Good to see you. We have Kathleen Whitley. Hi. Howdy. Good to see you. We have obviously Aaron Laura, who's up here on the panel with us, and Clifton as well. There's D-Day Cobra in the chat. Howdy. And I think that's everybody so far. We are live currently on Twix, YouTube, and Rumble, 2 separate YouTube channels, Caucasian Sasquatch and Samuel the Infamous. If you're in any of those places, drop a comment. Let us know you're here, and I'll try to remember to highlight it on the screen.
You know what would be really cool is if some of y'all folks would hit that like button and try to launch us into the black.
Yeah, sure. Do that. Do that too. Also, all the things like, subscribe, share it out, tell your parents about it. We're awesome.
And if you're too much of a wuss to actually share it, just go copy the share link and we'll both know about it.
Indeed. So before I get too long in the tooth here, too long-winded about this sort of thing, even though that is what I do. I just did a live stream last night where I talked by myself at the camera for like an hour and a half. It was a whole thing. It's part of why my voice is as rough as it is. The other part is because I'm
That sounds sexy, girl.
wide awake yet.
I'm almost there already.
Right. So RT, your introduction to this series was with your reactions, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was aware of it, obviously existing forever, but never actually gave it a shot until then.
So
Did you watch in the original release order or?
Oh,
Or
yes,
the-
for the channel.
cur-
Yes, I got a lot of advice from my Patreon members about that, about which one to follow. And as far as what I'm told is what I watched, it was the order on the DVDs. which
Yeah,
I
that
believe
is correct.
Is the right way.
It is. It was the intended release order,
Yeah.
with the exception of the 2 episodes, I believe, that never actually aired.
Heart of Gold and Objects in Space.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, which are the
God,
final 2
Objects of
episodes.
Space is such a great freaking episode.
Yes, it is.
It should have been just somewhere in the middle instead of at the end, you know?
Yeah.
It should have been like right after the train job or something.
You know, I had this misconception for a long time that Chiwetel Ejiofor's character, the operative in Serenity, was basically because they didn't really know how to cap off the bounty hunter Jubal Early.
Mm.
You know,
There's
it's sort of like-
definitely similarities.
I really like where they went with it, though. The religious aspect of a world I'm not going to live in is there's no room for me. I am part of the problem, and so I will solve it on my way out kind of
yeah.
idea.
It was a fascinating character, honestly.
Oh, I think so too. And as
Does
far
that
as
seem
villains
right?
go- you know, as far
There'll
as
be a
villains
lot of
go,
that.
yeah, they were. I think they were both very well written, given the amount of time that they had to do, and the fact that both of them were kind of characters you weren't really supposed to know all that much about. I mean, Jubal being crazy and the operative being, well, the operative. Yeah, they were, and it played brilliantly by both the men who
Absolutely.
played them.
I was Jubal Early was probably my favorite character out of all of Firefly, and he never got the first lick of screen time whatsoever. One question. Am I a lion? I don't think I'm a lion. But then they
Oh
do
my
not
God.
know. What?
Yeah, but then I have a mighty roar.
Do have a mighty roar. That's right.
Yeah.
Dude, brilliant. That was an absolute performance. This guy's been in the dark and in the black for so long alone that he no longer knows how to actually communicate with people, whether they're actually there or not. He, as far as he's concerned, he's traveling through a hallucination that ends up with money at the other end of it.
It's a really good way of putting it.
Mhm.
It explains a lot.
I've watched it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, when the DVD set came out, I kind of wore the first copy I had out.
You know how hard you got to watch a DVD to wear it out. That
Yeah.
means several DVD players.
Mhm.
I burnt the
Yeah.
bearings out of them.
Yeah. So, and my second copy has seen a lot of use too, but not necessarily by me personally, because I've had to loan it out to a lot of people who weren't familiar with the series.
I just gave up and bought it on Amazon. I couldn't keep up with the people stealing them. Quite frankly. It's like, can I borrow that? Pfft, just fucking
Indeed.
scan it on your way out, drop some money in the cash tax. You know, come on, man.
Indeed,
Not like you're
indeed.
actually going to bring it back.
So we've heard from myself and RT and Sasquatch. When did you first see it? Did you watch it as it aired?
Oh, my mom. So my mom was a huge Stargate / Star Trek, anything spacey, she was all about. And when she heard that there was going to be some space cowboys associated with something to do with Buffy, she was all in. And it was one of the shows that I was able to like work my freaking life around to be able to get in and see. And I watched everything, hunting around trying to find it when it randomly went to other networks and was put in other time slots. I would just wait. Oh no, he showed up.
Oh,
She said
welcome
he
in.
wasn't going to be here.
I didn't know if he was or not. Lawrence Knight, welcome in. Good to see you, brother.
Hey, what's going on?
Larry.
Yeah, sorry, Sasquatch. The black man has shown up to work.
It happens at the best places I go, bro.
Well, I have to go somewhere safe because if you were talking about a horror movie, I'd be dead in minutes.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't understand that either. If you just run, you should be fine.
That's why we call him the Shield.
You would think that, but no, it's not written into the script.
Right.
That we're
Jason's
able
just
to
like
run.
the.
Yeah, pretty much. Ah, I see. We have a guest. Sam, did we apologize to her beforehand?
Not yet. No. I woke up, I think, probably a little too close to the wire for me to remember to do that.
Well, Rhetorical Trill, welcome. I did go to your page and subscribe and realize that I'm already subscribed.
Oh,
So-
nice.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Yeah. As far as that goes, like I'm a reactor fan. I watch a lot of reactors, and I've been watching Rhetorical Thriller for what has it been, a couple of years?
Just coming up on 4 years since I started.
Yeah, and I think I subscribed to you. I remember you had put out a post asking about subscribers or something on Twitter, and I think it was amplified by Donut Operator,
Oh,
or something like that. And I saw it, and I was just like, tell you what, I'll subscribe to you if you subscribe to me, and you did, and I did, and then I discovered that you had Ginger Snaps reaction on your channel, and nobody does that movie. And I was like, holy shit, this chick's awesome, I'm gonna stick around. And I've been following your channel ever since.
I remember that, and I'm so sad because I actually had to take that one down.
Yeah.
Oh, and just quick sidebar, Rhetorical. If you know anyone who's lonely and has about $20 on them, they can.
Jesus.
Oh, sorry, wrong person. Where is he? There he is.
Oh,
Why did it get transformed?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
There it is. Okay.
All right. So
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna jump into channel lore, man. But okay.
Well, you can tell them they can contact this guy right here.
Will do.
All right. And
Will
what you
do.
see below his comments, that's wishful thinking.
What is happening?
Oh,
Oh, man.
Aaron's here. Oh Lord.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord.
I was
Hi,
just-
Larry. Thanks, Larry.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hi, Clifton.
Hey, Larry.
Sorry, but I digress. I'm sorry.
Yeah, pretty
It's
far.
kind of what you do, bro.
You hush, Sasquatch.
I've been chastised.
Yeah, the black man has spoken. You shut the fuck up.
I'll
Did
say,
you-
boy, this might not be the best place for me.
Right. Well, since we're rolling right with it, Larry, what's been your experience with Firefly?
You know what? Actually, I am about to go through my journey of actually watching it. I had the interest of watching it, and then my wife is a huge Firefly fan, and right around the time where I was going to watch it, I asked her a question about it. I wish I hadn't, because she got really excited about it. And then when she started talking about how there was only one season, I saw her rage meter fill up and she went into She-Hulk mode. And I was
Shame.
like, okay, that's that.
Yeah, you stepped in it, buddy.
Shame the non-believer.
Yeah. So
Dang.
no, but I am gonna go go through and watch it. I'm actually thinking about getting her the DVD.
I'm telling you,
set.
10 minutes in the first episode, you'll be hooked. You'll watch the rest of the season without realizing it's happened.
Well, I'm hoping that the rumors about them restarting the series, I hope it's true.
No,
It's
that's
an
confirmed.
animated
It's
thing.
happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Then I need to do
And
my homework.
I know I know a bunch of YouTubers who have taken it aside in their day to stop, stare straight at the camera, and say, "Listen, you're doing an animated series. I need you to do me a favor. This is for the creators themselves. don't fuck this up. We need
Mm.
this. This has to be done right, or there might be people out there willing to come for you. I don't know. There's some really devoted fans over there.
Then you better hope that the wrong type of people don't worm themselves into the creation process.
And I'm a little worried about that because Nathan Fillion is kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
Less worried about him, more worried about Disney.
Well, it sounded to me like Disney wasn't going to have anything to do with it. Like they're shopping it around to other. Like Disney said, it's fine to use it. Like they own
That's
the IP.
why it's animated.
Right, but they're not actually involved. Like they didn't even like agree to make it. It sounds like because he was talking about shopping it, pitching it to other places, which I thought was kind of interesting.
I think because Disney owns it because it's part of the,
What up,
it's part
Britt?
of the
Right.
Fox
Yeah.
licensing properties that they acquired, and they aren't really that interested in most of those properties. They're just gonna
Yeah.
shutter them and put them away in the vault for a while. That's why we haven't seen too much of the few properties that they have that are something that a lot of people would be interested in besides Alien Earth and like the whatever retarded thing Dan Trachtenberg's doing with Predator these days. You know? But they got the permission from Disney to do it, and they're pretty much going to do whatever because it is owned by Disney. It likely will land on Hulu, but it may get shopped
Right.
around to something else.
Right.
I doubt Netflix would be in the equation, considering how.
Well, they're a direct competitor, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I doubt. Unless
But-
they can work out some kind of deal. I mean, they're gonna Disney's gonna get money off of it regardless of who it goes to.
oh sure,
So
yeah.
if they can work out a deal with Netflix that's worth their while, I think that they might work something out with them. I don't know though. I mean, Netflix just raised their prices again, so
Right.
Very true. But I believe it's the studio who made Pinocchio a couple of years ago.
Oh.
Who's going to animate this?
Oh. I never
I
actually
got no,
saw that.
I got
but
no
it looked
hate
pretty-
on that.
Which
it was an
which
interesting
Pinocchio?
take.
The Del Toro Pinocchio.
Yeah, the dark one.
Okay, because there's a darker one coming out this year.
I saw
Good.
that. I saw
Yay.
that. Oh, that looks
It's
weird.
going to be in the same universe as Blood and Honey and Bambi the Reckoning.
How about Popeye? Have you seen the dark Popeye?
I haven't seen that yet. No.
Check out the dark Popeye. I mean, it's just do it, dude. Stop it. Get some help.
I just, it's probably going to be trash, but I'm going to probably watch it because Jiminy Cricket is being voiced by Robert Englund. So,
Hello.
but it's a little far out there off the topic of
The
Firefly.
Pooniverse.
Right, very much so. It is called the Pooniverse. They actually do refer to it as that. It's a very strange thing. Blood and Honey is terrible, but I did enjoy it. Anyway, Larry, yeah, if you haven't seen it at all, I don't know,
Go
man.
away.
It's going to be a very spoiler-heavy panel for you.
Yeah. There's nothing good here for you, sir.
no, I'm not worried. I actually don't mind spoilers, so that's never bothered me. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna watch them regardless.
Fair enough. Well, I warned you, and I mean, to be fair, it is 2 decades old. So,
Okay.
and that goes for you too, chat. Just saying. It's been a couple decades. If you haven't seen Firefly at this point, I don't know what to tell you.
Did you never encounter the Sci-Fi Network? I mean, like
It wasn't on Sci-Fi. It was on Fox.
ever?
I mean, it might have been on there later, but yeah, no, when it aired, it was on Fox.
Yeah, no. When
One of the
when
reasons
there,
that it
well,
failed is because
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it was on Sci-Fi later
as
'cause I
a
remember
syndication
catching
type
it.
thing.
because I remember catching an episode. The first time I watched it was on, I believe, on Sci-Fi or Fox. I don't know, but like a rerun in 2012.
I
Oh, yeah,
I
I was-
remember it being on TV. Like I used to read like Entertainment Weekly and all that stuff, and they would talk about it. I remember seeing like talking about it because like Buffy was on around that same time, so they were really like they were trying to really hype it up. But Fox was airing it all stupid, and I I was not, watching TV on whatever it was, Friday or Saturday nights. I don't remember which it was. And then, after it was gone, I didn't see it around. I just heard people talking about it. Like, people never stopped talking about it in whatever, however long it's been, 20 years, 25 years. People just never stopped talking about it. So I didn't know about it. I just never actually got a chance to see it.
Brown coats forever.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, it's been part of the zeitgeist for a minute. Yeah. And I'm glad you finally did get a chance to see it, because the show's well worth it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Might actually be, I know there are Buffy fans out there who will disagree with me on this. I think it might actually be the best thing Joss Whedon's ever written.
I think it's the best thing he ever conceived, but he had much more runtime and work capable of putting into like Buffy and Angel and stuff. They actually have more of his time in order to have better parts. But as far as like a love project, a love child, as it were, Firefly's it.
Yep.
Well, I was going to go with Roseanne for a runner-up.
Okay.
Nice.
Savage.
Except for that 7th season, that was garbage. But otherwise,
solid.
Right. But yeah, no, I mean, it was inspired, certainly. I mean, it wasn't the first like space Western idea to come along. I remember a movie called Oblivion about a green guy with an eye patch who kills this dude's dad, and then, shootouts ensue way back in the day. But, like space Westerns have been around for a minute, but this was, I think, the first one that really captured the zeitgeist. Like the blended genre really didn't take off until this. And now you've got, Guardians of the Galaxy is basically a space Western, the way they did it.
They drew an analogy between the Civil War and their little interplanetary war that they just had against the Alliance that was a little too close to on the nose, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was intentionally done and extremely well done, in my opinion. And then they pulled like the same thing The Mandalorian did, where they went and snatched some concepts that are deeper than the actual show itself and reshot them, like Seven Samurai and I can't remember what in the Black or Objects in Space was a copy of. I can't remember, but it's something else that's like a significant influence in film.
Yeah, no, I can't remember off the top of my head either. It was an interesting time. Around the same time that this was on the air, actually, I was getting introduced to things like Cowboy Bebop and Trigun as well in the anime world, which are also both space westerns and
yeah, true.
And I think Trigun's a little older than that, but I hadn't actually seen it until about that time. And to be fair, Mom, close your ears. I was doing a lot of drugs in those days.
Those two aired at the same time on Adult Swim at that time. So I don't know when Trigun was actually made, but I remember them being a thing at the same time.
Right. And Adult Swim was fairly new at that point as well.
Did you see that, dude? Shadu says, "What's Buffy?" Don't let him trigger you. He's fishing.
Oh, son. You better run your ass right back to your precious Marine Corps and hope they don't
back
beat
in your
your ass.
foxhole, kid. It's not safe out here.
These for context, for those of you in the audience who don't know and whatnot, Shadu is our good buddy, our young protege who we've sent off into the world. Just recently graduated his little booty as a second lieutenant in the Marine Corps. So
awesome.
As of last week.
Very cool.
All that. And we're still gonna kick his ass when he says stupid shit. So
I'm so proud. When he went through boot camp, he came out the other side and he was like, "I'll be honest with you, the guys I streamed with on Saturday night are way rougher than you boys." The drill sergeant had nothing on us because I've been burning his ass hard. You're welcome.
Yeah,
all it means to me is that his street price just went up about $10.
There you go.
I promised him I'd stop using that.
The
name.
Expanse is also a pretty decent space western.
To a degree, yeah. Until time jump.
Close enough. Dude, that I gotta say, The Expanse, the whole finale sequence they did, the last, 10 episodes or so, 8 episodes. masterpiece. The old guy that does the takeover of the other ships, that conversation they have before they do it, they're like,
Mhm.
you know, why is there? Because you notice there hasn't been any ship to ship fighting in the entire fucking series, right? Suddenly, there's a suggestion we're going to take the ship, and the old guy looks at the young guys and says, "Have any of you ever taken a ship? Well, it has to go a certain way, or everyone dies." And then he does it by killing everybody and himself and takes the ship. And then he dies because, that's how it works.
Yeah, I would
It's
recommend.
beautiful.
I would recommend some of The Expanse, definitely, to anybody who hasn't seen it. The first 3 seasons in particular, 4 seasons okay. After that, it gets strange and off-putting.
It's funny you say that. That's how it seems to go. And as much as I really loved Firefly, and I would have liked to see more, and I would have liked to see, a planned ending and sequence to the ending and stuff, I can't help but wonder sometimes since I saw it that maybe it's now, I don't want to say it's better that it ended too soon, but maybe that's better than going too long.
I think you might have a point. I saw this, and I've mentioned this on the channel before, but I saw this Valentine's Day card years ago that had a picture of the cast, the same picture, I believe, actually, that I've used here in the background. And it said, "I want you more than season 2." And for years, I was very much with that statement, but the last 10 years or so, I'm just like, no, just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Let it be what it was. It was great while we had it, but I don't think we should go any further.
Like, I almost wonder if the way, like, what happened to it made it more precious to people. You know what I mean? Like, if it had been allowed to do 5 seasons, and I mean, maybe it would have ended great.
Right. No, I
Yeah,
hear
it
you.
could have.
but
I've
could
made
have.
an enemy.
What you're saying is you are the hero until you live long enough to become the villain.
I mean, maybe. I do agree they could have done a couple more seasons at least, before shows don't seem to get real bad until like at least 4 or 5 seasons in.
I don't know.
yeah,
Have you ever
I'm-
seen
I'm-
Zoo? Zoo had an
I
absolutely
think so.
epic first season. Had an excellently written plot. The chemistry of everybody involved was phenomenal. It was a great show. Season 2, I swear to God, it's like they walked in. It was like, all right, so what are we doing next season? And they went, next season? What do you mean next season? Because it was they had totally different writers. The chemistry was all off. The sets were really weird. Everything went to like interior filming and stuff, so it'd be cheaper, I guess. Anyway, the first season. Watch the first season. Don't watch the second season of Zoo. Don't even acknowledge it.
I'm not gonna lie. When you said Zoo, I was thinking Zombies.
No.
Totally different thing. I know.
This was like a zombie apocalypse, but all the animals turn on people with like a
no, that's
consciousness.
Zombies too. Yeah.
I'm just saying it's a series. The Deviant Pupil.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it's got
but-
some great actors in it. I'm sorry,
Quickly, go
wrong
ahead.
series.
But I think like with Firefly back in when it came out in 2002, it could have gotten a few more good seasons. But yeah, like the past 10 years, I don't want any IPs that I loved back in the day to be touched at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
And that's a part of where I'm worried about what is going to happen with the animated show.
Sure. And I would point out too that actually Firefly's 1 season was only half of a season.
That's true.
That's
It's
true.
very true.
Because at the time, people were still making 22 episode seasons. So, and they
Remember
got-
that? Oh my God. Remember that?
Yeah.
And
do.
every year too. You got 3 months
Yep.
off. I remember being so bummed when my favorite shows would go on summer hiatus. Like, oh man, I gotta wait till September to get a new season. Now it's like what, 5-6 years between them.
Mm-hmm.
You get 8 episodes if
It's
you're
just-
lucky.
It took them 10, 11 years to do 5 seasons of Stranger Things. You know, like those kids
Stranger-
grew up.
Oh
Sorry.
my god, Stranger Things is
That
another
gave me
one where like
dysentery.
the first season was really good, and then it's like they didn't have any plans for what they wanted
Exactly.
to do, and then they were like,
That's
"Oh,
exactly
we
what it
want
was.
more," and it's like, "Oh, well, let's throw some crap together and see what we get." And I haven't even watched the last
Well,
season.
they
yet.
basically robbed Harry Potter, Artemis Fowl, Narnia, and freaking this old TV show called The Upside Down Show. And you put all those together, you end up with Stranger Things. I swear to God, it was a group of guys sitting around talking about old shit that I used to watch. I
Yeah,
swear.
100%. And the second season was pretty much just as much 80s nostalgia bait we can throw into one thing and just
Member
to see
berries.
how much
Yes,
of it
sir.
sticks.
Yeah, I lost interest halfway through the second season. I haven't seen another season since, and I was gonna go back into it until I found out how this last season ends. I was like, nope.
Oh, you know why and they hinted at this in the second season before they flat out said it. But you know why Will Byers is gay? It's because he was a plot device in the first season. That's it. They didn't know what to do with him because he wasn't a character. He was a plot device. You know,
I heard somewhere, I don't know if it's true, but I heard somewhere that it was meant to be like an anthology. Like they would have like different characters, different settings and stuff.
that would have been better.
I think
Yeah.
Dude,
I
you
think
could
it
have
was.
taken an American Horror Story approach on that type of thing, and
Right.
you'd be making seasons till the end of the freaking era.
American Horror Story is still making seasons, as far as I know.
I mean, that's because, like she said, it's an anthology type of thing. Every time you bring in a new guest producer or editor or whatever, it's a brand new concept.
And it's at least another chance. If one fails, they can try
Yeah.
again. You know,
Yeah.
that's the fun thing about
They're
anthology.
expected to try again. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, heck, you could even reuse the same actors and directors and set pieces and whatnot because they do that in American Horror Story. They just change who they're playing and the situations that they're in, and just sort of like you would with contracted day players or a theater studio.
I fell off American Horror Story quite a while ago.
me
But
too.
I did love the concept. I loved the idea of same kind of rotating cast but different stories. I love anthologies anyway, and then just the whole like concept of reusing a lot of the same cast members I thought was clever and fun. And I do like the concept of it, even though I gave up on the show itself a long time ago.
Right. Yeah. It took a hard left turn at one point, and I just
we
never
all
really went back.
know at what point it was too. So.
So, excuse me. Anywho, and yeah, there's every chance in the world that Firefly would have taken that exact path. It might not have, and I will grant that to people out there who disagree with me about that. But I mean, even back in the halcyon days of like excellent writing and production, mistakes happened. Sometimes people jump the shark. There's a reason that's an expression, and that came from Happy Days in the 70s. Like on occasion, they just don't know how to end a thing, so they just do something ridiculous and ruin it for everybody. And that's not necessarily like a modern day thing. That's just a thing that happens sometimes. So there's every chance in the world that could have happened too.
Yeah.
So where do you go after Objects in Space? Right.
I think the
Because-
logical thing is to focus a little bit more on the Hands of Blue scenario.
Right, the river
Yeah.
arc. See, I think that's what Objects in Space was kind of setting up, because at the end it verifies that she is a cognitive person. She's not a weapon. She is a person, whole and real. And while Malice suspected that the whole time, the fact that she sometimes redecorates the deck in Jane's blood just for funsies, that, pros, cons. She's psychic. She cuts Jade sometimes. I can see where the captain's coming from. We'll let her cut Jade a few times. It's fine. We have a doctor. Brilliant kid.
Right.
Well,
No,
I think that
and-
would have gone a long way towards explaining, because I've had people in my comments telling me, stuff that they either found later or heard later or read in the comics or whatever. And it there's reasons she goes after Jane. not his fault necessarily.
Well, it is, because he's untrustworthy. He is the one person on the crew that can be bought for just a whistle and a song. That's it. And she knows she cannot trust him. No one should trust him, because the way he got on the ship was he was purchased off of a job.
That's
so
true. I meant things like what he's wearing on his shirt, you know, or what the can is he's eating food from, or something like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, in that sense, yes. But she can. I always wondered too. Is she? I don't know how much of what her powers exactly are. I think it's meant to be unclear. If it's like, can she see the future literally?
I don't think it's a literal seeing of the future, but a pattern recognition bordering on the level of Sasquatch autism.
I could see that. I could see it in that sense too. Yeah, I didn't. It was meant. I think it was meant to be revealed more, and we would have understood more what that whole thing was about.
Yeah, indeed.
Hey, Tiff.
I liked River, but it was. I did feel like if we were ranking characters, to me, it was like she was just, through the show, she was just the one that I cared the least about, because you just didn't get any time.
She had plot armor.
She's kind of the Will Byers of Firefly.
She was clearly meant to be very important, but we never ever got there.
Right. And that's where we ended up in Serenity, when they tied the other thing that was most interesting to viewers, which is the Reavers, into her backstory. And I think they really just did that for the sake of time, because honestly, you could have gone two different directions with both of those things.
It didn't work very well for me, I gotta be honest.
One of the things I loved across both the series and Serenity was their reaction to Reavers. It didn't bordered on the edge of cartoonish, but well within reality, if you get what I'm saying. And so, like, the level of terror that, say, Reavers brings, even Jane freezes and goes, "Oh shit, I'm gonna need bombs."
Yeah. Yeah, like, it tells you everything that you need to know.
Right. Well, their entire everything that about the Reavers that gets to people before you ever even saw what they were or heard too much about them. There's a line that Zoe says to the doctor when he's like, what are you talking about, Reavers? And what she tells him, how she describes what's going to happen, sets up every interaction you have with them going forward. Like, that's the thing that you keep in the back of your head, what Zoe said, which is, if they take us, they will rape us to death, eat our flesh, and sew our skins into their clothing. And if we're very, very lucky, they'll do it in that order.
Yep.
What was that on the episode Ghost Ship? Where
yeah.
I think it's that one. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good episode. Showing off what they do.
He keeps telling them there's no survivors on this ship. No one survives Reavers unless you just get away.
And the one man they did find who was a survivor, it broke his mind. He didn't survive.
Well, he was a Reaver. But then again, I suspect, and I don't know, this has always been like headcanon theory, the reason he Reavered out was because their air processors carry the freaking
the Paxil
hydrochloride, right? So when they hook up to the ship, the Paxil hydrochloride invades everything, and the only people who survive that and don't just lay down and go to sleep are the people who Reaver out. And they might be capable of, like, running and hiding, but they still Reaver out eventually because they're so stressed out or whatever.
Yeah, I think that might be more headcanon fan theory, though, because the Paxilon doesn't even come up until the movie, and at this point, in the episode, they do talk explicitly about when you come up against that kind of thing, you have two choices: you can die or you can break and become it.
Right, and I mean, at this point in the series, or rather, in between the series and the movie, there's virtually nothing known about Reavers. They're just a nightmare on the edge of space. Like, what's Home Chick say? The men who went to the edge and saw the vast black.
Went bibbity over it, yeah.
Went bibbity over it, that's right.
I might have watched it a time or two.
Yes, sir.
But, Aaron, you have been uncharacteristically quiet.
I'm just
What's the-
listening. I don't remember as much as y'all, and I don't follow a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I just really love Firefly.
Tell
No,
us
that's
why.
fair.
Yeah,
Yeah. do
great
that. Tell
show.
us why.
I think that Reaver line was in the first episode with Zoe and the doctor, isn't it?
Yeah, I was in the pilot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
What
right
would you?
before they got to the planet. I think it was Whitefall when they or before they got to Whitefall, the Reavers started following them, and then they thought they lost them, and they ended up following them all the way down, and
Right.
they set the atmosphere on fire to get away.
That's right. We didn't actually have any kind of interaction with them. That was just like
Mhm.
setting it up. I remember that now. Yeah.
Right.
But the really intriguing part about that entire sequence was what level of absolute disrepair the Reaver ships were in. You could visually see it. The damn thing smoking and throwing sparks, and they're launching freaking harpoons, man. Who hunts with a harpoon in space?
Yeah, because it's not like if you miss, you ain't getting that back.
Well, they
It's gonna
are.
keep
It's
going.
attached to a rope, bro. Homeboy was trying to drag folks in.
Yeah. Yeah, but you don't really see too much about them again until I think what was the third episode, Bushwhacked,
Mm-hmm.
right? When they do find a derelict, and then they just kind of don't really talk about them for the remainder of the series.
Mm-hmm.
They're just sort of a shadow that's ever present in the background that nobody talks about. You know?
Yeah, and I love it. I absolutely love it because it lets the brain wander into whatever crevices it wants to. Are they literal undead? Or is there a necromancer out there doing some shit? Like, what's going on with the Reavers, bro? I do like
Right.
the Paxil approach. That was interesting, I think.
If you're going to lay it all out and give an explicit origin to something like that, it was probably, I would say it was a pretty good way of doing it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think that a Joker approach would have been better for that particular subgroup. Like maybe
Some dude
we
running
hear
around spraying them with
stories,
flowers.
but we don't actually know what the origin is.
Right.
I think it's scary if we don't know where they came from or how they came to be.
That's kind of where I land too, but I understand why they wanted to do that.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as the explanations go, it wasn't a bad one. It just was and Sarah Paulson, I gotta say, did an excellent job in that cameo.
Yeah.
He was fucking
an
good in
observation,
that cameo.
there is a fan theory stating that River has been treated in the same ways that the Reavers have, only had her emotional cortex removed, and that's why she's capable of becoming a killing machine. Zero remorse.
Yeah, but she feels everything else, so that doesn't really track.
It does track if there's no control over it either way. When they removed her emotions, they didn't actually remove the emotions, they removed her control over it.
That's fair, I suppose.
So when she feels threatened in the cave and the Reavers are piling in on top of her, she jumps out the door and closes it. Like, I'll be back in a minute. Like, there was no doubt in her mind, I'm fixing to go kill all those motherfuckers and I'll be right back.
See, I've always viewed that as less of something that they physically did to her and more part of the psychological conditioning.
Yeah.
See, honestly, I would have preferred more about that than the Reavers part.
Yeah, because they don't really go into a whole lot about that, except for the escape sequence with Simon, which was way more upscale than it was told to me in the series, by the way.
Not only that, but I couldn't help thinking of like Janestown, where Simon can't even lie like properly to this redneck on this cowboy planet. He can't even believably tell a lie, and he's busted in there with guns.
Hold on,
and,
madam. Consider this: in no time in this man's history did he ever consider he would go to a place where Jane Cobb is a fucking hero.
Whoa, we didn't know that
I
yet
would have a
either.
problem dealing with that. I'd be
We didn't know
confused.
that yet. That
Yeah.
was
No,
way
he could smell it. That was like Bizarro World to everybody on that ship,
I think
including
including
Jane.
I think that was true of most of the audience too. You know, that was a
Yeah.
very strange,
Yeah.
strange episode.
Doing my current rewatch of it, I just finished that episode a few hours ago. It's such a good episode. It's fun.
I think
it's my favorite.
I think
honestly.
someone wrote a song about Jane and they went, we got to put
Mhm.
this in an episode. We're like, how? It was like, well, I got an idea. What?
Dude's
Yeah, he
fooling
tried to
around at
rob
the
the
craft
joint.
table with his ukulele, and he's like, and Joss over here, he's like, dude, we got to write that into the
We
show.
gotta do this.
Like, it's happening today. Like, call Jane, get him in here. I mean, the story itself is actually really intriguing. It's a twisted hero tale, right?
Mhm.
He's
What's
not a
Robin Hood
hero.
tale?
Right.
About a
He's
guy
not
who's
a
not at all a
hero.
Robin Hood. You know?
He's not that guy, but because of circumstances beyond his control, he's revered as that guy. And so when he comes back, he's faced with the fact that A, he's a wanted man, and B, he's literally Prometheus. He's Theseus walking through Greece.
I think I liked that one a lot because I at that but until that point I just wasn't sure about who Jane was. Like, what was his motivations? Was he good or not good or whatever? And I couldn't get a read
Money.
on him until that one. And I was like, okay, he is a mercenary. He is out for himself. He will do things that are not good, but he's not a bad person. Because of his reaction to all that made me think, no, he's definitely more complex than all that. And
Did you notice when he stopped being a mercenary?
was after, well, I would have
Okay.
said after Ariel, but
Ariel. Okay, so Ariel takes place. That's when he decides he's not going to betray the captain.
yeah, well,
But after the injury, and I can't remember which episode it is, but he gets injured real bad, and the doctor ends up with him and has a nice conversation with him.
yes,
Explains to him that
yes, that's right.
I'm a fucking wizard, Harry. I can paralyze you and do anything I want to you, but as long as you're under my care and you're a part of this crew,
Yes,
you have nothing to fear from me. And he lets him up. That ends his mercenary days. He's now a part of the crew from that day
Yes.
forward because
Plus,
the
River
doc
can kill
says
him
so.
with her brain.
And River can kill
Yeah.
him with her brain. He believes that. So he's kind of bought at this point.
yeah, just by them.
Right. And that doesn't necessarily make him good, but at least honorable. He is confined
Yes,
to honorable standards as approached by River, the captain, and the doctor, and Zoe, who all seem to be honorable people.
yeah.
And Walsh will absolutely crash this thing right into the nearest rock if something happens to Zoe.
Like I that's what I liked. That's why I ended up liking Jane so much, was because he was so, like, as a person, no, he's not complicated, but as a character,
But he's
very-
conflicted.
He there's so much going on, and it's not black and white, and there's so much to talk about with him. There's so much to discover with him, and I thought, yeah, if it could have gone on, I think it would have been a character arc like nothing you'd ever seen.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah.
I'm actually convinced that he would have had. I don't know if you're familiar with how familiar you'd be with Deep Space Nine, for example.
Never
RG.
seen it.
Okay,
I'm gonna
this will
see it
mean nothing to
eventually,
you.
but
But to my fellow nerds out there, I would think that Jane would end up on a character arc not unlike Damar's. Like a Damar, for those of you who know who I'm talking about. And if you don't, then that's fine. I won't say too much more because it's fucking spectacular over a couple of seasons. But yeah, he would have gone from not necessarily zero, but sort of like rough around the edges, kind of douchebag, to more respectable and definitely more honorable, but still a douchebag.
Yeah, but he'd also pick up some of, I mean, you could argue that he'd pick up some of Mal's instincts, recognition of dangers, because Mal is on it when it comes to like the in the scene firefight shit. He's all over it. Planning, maybe not so much. That's kind of
I think
Zoe's department. honestly.
Jane did. He just didn't act on them always. You know, I think he did actually have similar instincts when it came to like what was going down. I just think that
My
sometimes he
favorite-
just let it
I
happen.
agree. I just think he was like, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah.
Type, kind of like, yeah.
I don't
Like,
think
I
he
didn't fucking
always
know.
realized it either. I don't think he always realized that he was intuiting things that other people weren't, as far as that goes.
The best example I can think of is when they went to sell the foodstuffs at, what was that? White Run,
Yeah.
that one outer world where he keeps getting shot.
Yeah, that's
And
why.
he sends him, quote unquote, on a walk. And Jane just wanders over and finds the sniper, snatches his ass up, takes the position. And that's not an easy thing to do. That takes certain levels of training and military considerations. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But at the same time, right before that happens, and when they're testing the comms, he was like, "Yeah, you're coming through loud and clear because I'm standing right here."
Right. Yeah. No, but that's the protocol thing, Yeah. It's hilarious, though. Their chemistry is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I actually have a much deeper appreciation for Adam Baldwin's body of work as a whole because of Firefly. Now, I mean, I've seen the guy around for years. I like him in most things, but because of Firefly, like I've got a much deeper appreciation for his other work as well. Even like smaller roles, like in Predator 2.
I haven't seen that one. I will say that it was I had this experience where I was maybe halfway through the show. I was recording it last summer, and then it got to the 4th of July, which I always watch Independence Day on the 4th of July because, why wouldn't you? But I've seen Independence Day, I don't know, 50, 60 times. And then he shows up because he's, the young guy at the Area 51, I don't know, army or whatever he is. And he comes on screen, and I was like, oh, I've seen you so many times, but I just now recognize you. Like, holy shit. Right? It was such a moment.
I went back and I watched Angel and Buffy a few times, and nearly every one of the main cast appears in one or both of those shows at some point.
Oh,
like they've almost all worked with Joss before, except for I think Ron Glass and maybe a handful of them didn't. But Summer Glau's first role ever was as a ballerina in an episode of Angel. And Nathan Fillion played the last minute bad guy in season 7 of Buffy. The preacher
right?
Caleb. Yeah.
Anyone
Zoe,
have complaints on the Chronicles of Sarah Connor?
I like this show. I'm one of the only ones I think who does. But
Summer Glow played the Terminator from the future, sent back to protect John.
Yeah.
Dude, you can disagree with me, and I know she's a very robotic role she did, but I think that's some of her best work.
I think you're right. I mean, she was really, really good in that as a killing machine who was trying not to murder people.
Yeah, that was asked, please stop killing people. I'll try.
Yeah. There's a really interesting episode of Sarah Connor Chronicles, actually, where she keeps, and I think this is in the second season, where she keeps sneaking out at night and no one knows where she goes. Well, she's been heading down to the local library, and the paraplegic who is on night duty there has been letting her in for bags of donuts while she does all kinds of obscure research revolving around like 1922. And it's about this pseudo friendship she develops, despite the fact that she is really just using him to gain information to deal with a potential threat. She plays the whole friend thing really well, and it's creepy as fuck, and it's some of her best work.
What's creepy is her interchanging between that just your neighborhood hot chick who needs to use the library at 4 a.m. to the robot killing machine with zero flinching in between. It's not like she bobs her head to the side and suddenly she's this other thing. It's just as fluid as a ballerina, from going through books to murdering people.
Yeah, which she was, by the way. She was a prima ballerina in reality. So it's part of why she got cast in Angel in the first place, because she had dancing credits. It's also why her fight choreography is so smooth.
It is. It's very noticeably so. It makes a lot of sense.
If you watch the Serenity fight sequence in the bar when she triggers on the OD bar, if you watch it, you can see her reach out, and as people are doing the maneuver they're supposed to do, she will touch them and then lead them through the maneuver with her foot. It is art.
Yeah, it's really something special to behold. And you can even see it again in the end fight sequence in the room full of Reavers, where she's dual wielding like a motherfucker, but she is spinning and pirouetting in ways that can only be described as dance.
Mm-hmm.
As art.
Yeah.
The art of murder.
Yeah, that too. And she was quite good at it, and just a. I think the word that was the words that were used to describe her, even in the beginning of that movie, was a creature of extraordinary grace, and I think that's accurate.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's another place you can see it is in the episode where she's taken as a witch, and they're going to burn her at the stake where she's our witch.
Oh yeah, when she jumps.
There's a scene in there, starts dancing,
scene.
and it is poetry in motion.
Yeah.
Very cool thing to watch. I might have had a bit of a giant ass crush on Summer Glau.
Okay, so talking about giant ass crushes, let's talk about Inara. I want to talk about Inara.
All right, let's talk about Inara.
I have Inara's laser pistol. I have the same make and model pistol that's based on that they built because I found out what it was, and it happened to slide across my desk one day, and I went.
What, the Lassiter?
For it. No, not the Lassiter. The one that she uses to take the Lassiter from the chick.
Oh, right, and trash.
That weird, sleek little. It's a Mark IV. I think it's a Remington Mark IV.
Mm-hmm. You have the actual prop?
No, not the prop. I have the same pistol, the make and model.
Oh,
I've even got like this little plastic thing to stick in the barrel that makes it look like it's. It's actually a pencil with a fucking broken piece of plastic stuck on it, but it looks right.
Fair enough, man.
Shut up! Don't judge me.
I really didn't think that's where you were going to go with Inara.
That's just part of it, dude. Inara is great. She's one of my favorite characters because of the depth that is implied but never explained.
Mm-hmm. There's a mystery around her.
One of the mysteries is she has a death sentence of some kind, a chronic disease, a chronic something. Something's killing her, and she left her entire function with the permission of the companions to go and just fuck off. And that's what she's doing, is out here giving a quote unquote a little bit of integrity to a crew that desperately needs some, and yet she's the whore.
I could see that. The way I'd heard it was that, and again, the most of this is speculation because obviously we never got to see exactly why she was out in the deep end with all these rough customers. But that
is a Ruger Mark IV. I'm wrong.
Was that she was out running something, and we just didn't know what that something was. And I always took that to mean that there was some snafu back with high society somewhere along the way. And she was still a registered companion of the guild, but part of the deal for her remaining a registered companion was to get the gone from our site kind of shit.
Okay, something
now, again, that's headcanon as well. So
something like that did happen, but at least according to, I don't know if these were fan written comics or what. I read a few web comics back ages ago, and in it, she never actually reveals what she was diagnosed with, but the reason she didn't take the house mother position in the companions was because she had a chronic wasting disease of some type, and she couldn't take it. And so since she can't be a viable house mother, she's banished, but at the same time, she's welcome, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. She can't serve in this capacity, but she can go fuck off to the galaxy elsewhere.
Yeah, I'd heard the chronic or the terminal disease thing. I'd heard people that were bringing that up in comments too. But I mean, I guess my thinking is that if they were gonna do that, they must have changed their minds, because I feel like the movie would have been the place where they had the chance to bring it up if they wanted to. So I don't know. Something. I mean, you're right. Something clearly happened in the course of her life, but it would have been nice to actually know what it was.
Well, in Heart of Gold, the actual hookers, are talking about it, and that one chick who was a former companion was talking about how when I left, she was on track to become house mother. She should have been in charge of the whole damn thing by now. Instead, she's out here with your scruffy nerf herding ass.
Right.
So make it make sense to me.
Yeah, she didn't even know why. Nobody knew why.
No clue. Make it make sense.
So, do you think in the animated version that we're going to get that we're going to get the same kind of banter that we got between those two?
I doubt it. A lot of that was due in part to in good part to the chemistry between the actors, but also
and the proximity on the set. Yeah.
I hate to put this out there into the universe, but persona non grata or not, nobody can replicate Joss Whedon speak. Nobody can write.
Sure.
Like
I mean, I agree.
And it's been tried many, many, many times. And if it's not him, it's nearly always abysmally terrible.
Well,
Yeah,
because it becomes an imitation.
Mhm.
But even at that, I don't think that Hollywood or Disney or whoever is going to, put this out is going to be like, oh yeah, no, we're okay with that sort of banter.
Right. The talk between Inara and Mal is way, way, way beyond what's acceptable for modern television. I very seriously doubt we get any of the, oh no, she's a whore.
Well, and that's really sad because it's like, there's no understanding of nuance or like anything like that anymore, because the whole point of that was that like it wasn't just what he was saying, it was what he's got behind that, and the fact that he is like the only one who talks about her that way. Like it took me a while to understand that she wasn't literally like that it was a whole different thing.
Well, she is technically speaking, which is why she can't deny it. She technically is a whore at its basis definition.
Is in the same way that a geisha is technically a whore.
That the society puts the value on it. So what we're thinking like that is that he disdains it. Nobody else does. And it's like there's all these like levels of things interacting that make it so much more complicated than that, but all people would hear now is that he's calling her a whore, and that's unacceptable.
Exactly.
And it's
what you don't get is Mal was the first red pill and he was way ahead of the curve. I mean, look at him. He was beating bad bitches off with a stick. Couldn't scrape them off. They kept signing up. Saffron, he married one of the hottest chicks in the freaking black.
To be fair,
and dropped her off on a rock.
Who in the first didn't marry her?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, it's a common occurrence. You can throw a party, you drink some wine, next thing you know, you're married. I mean, who hasn't gotten married in a drunken revelry?
I mean, this is why I don't party in strange towns, man. You never know if you're going to wake up with a new wife.
The first episode with her, I got so angry. I got so
she was so good at it.
Well, not even at her, at the fact that everybody else was acting like he was some kind of disgusting lech going after this innocent young girl, and he's literally pushing her away, keeping away, get away from me. And they're acting like this is his fault, that he did something wrong, and he's disgusting. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with all of you?
The reason they did that, and it's all of this is explained not verbally, but in the actions the crew takes later when she thinks she's got everybody bamboozled and suddenly they get the drop on her. They couldn't tell the captain. The captain would have told the pretty young thing, right? And so they all treat him like a lecherous leech and go about saving the ship from the obvious predator that's on board. It was a reversal of roles. The predator is the woman instead of it's great. It was great.
Very cleverly done.
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, if I'd have been in his shoes, I definitely probably would have gone to the special hell in that specific, very specific scenario.
Go to the special hell.
Yep.
One of my favorite scenes when he picks up Kaylee and he's like, "Why is there some prairie harpy in my fucking engine room?"
Right.
And she works for him. This man called her a prairie harpy, and she's like, "Oh no, it's just the diffuser over here. You don't even need it, really. Watch." Your daddy know you can do that. Can I talk to him for a minute? Why? I'm 18. Barely. I'm not so sure about the birth certificates on this planet. We're gonna have to double check that one.
Right, right. Well, I mean, she did come from a backwater like most of them did. It's like I think it was well, about half of them I would say. Simon and River are obviously from the core worlds. Anara was from a place called Sinon, which is also very core worldy.
Yeah.
Book story's complex.
I think Book is an ex-operative.
He is, and he
something
isn't.
like that.
I was gonna say what we know of him.
So I don't know if you had a chance to check out the graphic novel Shepherd's Tale, but it basically tells his backstory.
I never did. No, I never did get around to it.
Does it explain his ability to pull his ID card out of his pocket and have an entire juggernaut?
So the word basically in that sentence is basically doing a ton of heavy lifting because sort of.
Sort of. I don't buy it, man.
Yeah.
They never even asked who he was, dude. At first they were like, we need IDs, blip, 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 get this man to the infirmary immediately.
Whatever they saw,
questions were asked.
Whatever they saw turned them 100% around.
That feels 100% operative to me, right?
Yeah. Well, as the story goes in the graphic novel, like he was a street urchin at one point and pickpocket and all that when he was a boy and all that, and he comes across a person at one point who was a corpse, who was dead, right? And he wanted to escape his present circumstances, so he took that man's identity. That man's identity was Dario Book.
Okay.
And he just sort of put on this other guy's life like it was an overcoat. And just went with it. And he went through a whole thing where he was part of the military, into the government, and did undisclosed stuffs, and eventually left them and became a shepherd. The shepherd thing is legit.
A frigate.
His name is not
a frigate. An entire frigate, completely called off all duties, fixed this sucker's ship, slapped him back into it, let him go.
Like I said,
and these people, every single one of these people is wanted. No, all of them are wanted. They're all wanted.
Yeah.
They got everybody's ID.
I understand what you're saying. They do. And it comes right down to, like, even in Serenity, when he comes up to, when Mal's talking to him on, I forget the name of the world. And he says, at some day, it's of interest to me how much you know about this world. You'll have to tell me about that sometime. And he says, no, I don't.
I really don't.
And that's it. That's all you ever get.
That was what it went right through my heart. I said, you know what? We're not. They don't want us to know, do they? Which it's another one of those things where it's like, could what you give us be anything better than what I've built up in my mind? I don't know.
All right, so here's what I built up in my mind since everyone suddenly asked and screamed about it inside my head. He's actually the guy who set up part of the operative system. And he's not actually an operative himself, but he's like Dr. Halsey and Halo.
He's like John Dulles.
He's like the little Korean guy in American Ninja.
Yeah. Speaking of obscure shit I haven't seen in decades.
Remo Williams.
Right. Well, I mean, that's kind of what I was going with the John Dulles thing. It was basically one of the founders of the modern CIA, right? But he wasn't like a spook so much as the guy that made the spook stuff happen.
The logistics, right?
And so then even named an airport after him.
I mean, or there's another approach to this. He could have been a cleaner, and that would have given his ID capable of going through virtually any type of military anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is interesting too, because if you look at the operative in the movie, when he's asked about his rank and his name, and he says, "I have neither," is because he doesn't have any. The Alliance would have purged any information like that from his system. He probably doesn't even have fingerprints. He probably burned that shit off. Mm-hmm. Book has all of those things. Book has an identity. Whatever that identity is within the Alliance is so high rank that,
right. So that you're saying that it indicates he's above even like the operative.
Yeah, or at least
Mhm.
privy to the information
Mhm.
that would allow him to know about things like the operative. Because
Mhm.
even the other, the scientist who was working on Rivers' whole
Had
spiel
no clue.
had massively high clearance himself and had no idea this guy even was a thing at all.
All right. Do you remember the scene where he goes and gets River and the operative goes and reviews the footage? And the scientist comes in and puts in a clearance code, and then the operative looks at him and puts in a different clearance code. The scientist wasn't cleared for the videos they were watching. When he came in and cleared the thing, he reduced the ranking of their clearance, and the operative had to be like, no, stop
Which is
it.
funny because the scientist is in the videos they were watching. He was there.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And he did expend a significant fortune to get his sister out. So that's not to be forgotten.
real quick, we have Anthony Manzano in the chat asking, I have a question about Firefly. Just watch the show, please. It's fun, but the period of time in the show, is it more modern or is it in the Cold War? So it's frontiersy, but in the far future, after Earth has been ruined and abandoned. Kind of.
Earth was used up.
Yeah.
And so we went out and established a whole solar system of Earths. And most of them were moons. There's a handful of livable planets around the cores. Most of them were derived from technological capability of terraforming near Earth planets to things that are Earth-like.
So it's kind of both, really. Essentially,
Ardent's got it.
Yeah. Future Western space opera. Yeah, that's fair. The core worlds are significantly more developed than the further reaches of the verse, as they call it, which isn't. It's actually one massive solar system with tons and tons of with like dozens of planets and hundreds of moons. I think they said,
Yeah.
and it's a very large solar system. And all that. They're not actually jumping from system to system, which is why it doesn't.
There's like 6 gas giants
to the next dealio. But the core planets were all hyper developed, so they're very futuristic. Whereas out on the frontier, where people, settlers don't maybe have all that much, they go out there with the bare necessities. They're basically building from the ground up, much in the same way that westward expansion happened in the United States.
Right.
There's sort of a manifest destiny from the Alliance that they own the Outer Worlds. Well, the Outer Worlds are like, what the fuck did you do for us this year?
Yeah, and the whole Chinese thing is mostly because of the idea that there were two remaining superpowers at the end of Earth that was, and that's China and the U.S. and the cultures sort of merged because it was either that or
Well, there's a strong Russian influence too. Almost the entire mafioso underworld is Russian based. That's how they went to space, was through corruption, basically. But part of it is supposedly, and this isn't written into the show, but it's like a shadow of something that should be there. All of the Chinese is used derisively, right?
Mm-hmm.
So theoretically, out there somewhere are some planets where it would be the other way around, where all the English words would be used derisively because it's a more Chinese bent society and whatnot. These people are on the Western front, and those people are on the Eastern front, so to speak. But you never see any of that in the show, or there's only a reference to it in one of the web comics I read.
Yeah, but I mean, generally speaking, it's almost like the cultures were homogenized together into a singular culture, as opposed to, say, if you talk about Orson Scott Card's Xeno series, where each world was essentially a kind of a historical capsule of a specific
microcosm of the ship that founded it.
Yeah, essentially they'd send out a ship that had a bunch of people from the same culture, and they'd all found a colony planet together, and that planet would basically become like New China, or New Holland, or whatever it was.
New Mecca.
Kind of thing. So, but this was more of the two superpowers who basically took over all of Earth, which would have been America in the West and China in the East, merging cultures.
How far away from that are we?
Well, if China's population decline continues as fast as ours is, I don't think it's going to happen at all. But
True.
So,
What was the Robert Heinlein book? Was it The Adventurers of Lazarus Long or The Tales of Lazarus Long?
I think it was the adventure. I think it was the adventures.
It's Chronicles of Lazarus Long, something like that. Anyway, it's probably the best space western in history, and has an interesting hooked into the middle of it too. If you've never read any of the Heinlein books, definitely give it a shot.
Yeah, as Heinlein goes, he definitely had a lot of Zane Grey influence, but
Especially Lazarus Long. One of the first videos I put up on my channel was a collection of Lazarus Long's quotes. For instance, never teach a pig to sing. It'll annoy the pig and waste your time.
it's a good quote.
I
Good
like it.
quote. Useful. So, but I hope that goes some way to answering Anthony's question about the timeline, because it is far future, but it's like parts of the verse are significantly more advanced and developed and further along than others. And you could go back and forth in this way. You could have shows that took place in futuristic settings, or, with basically cowboys running around shooting like projectile weapons at each other in dusters on horseback.
Well, The Mandalorian took a really strong Western tack when it previewed too.
Yeah.
It really did. But it also leaned really hard on Kurosawa, like really hard. And what was the name of the old show?
So did the original Star Wars. Yeah.
Wolf and Lost Pup.
Wolf and Lone Cub.
Lone Cub, that's it. Yeah. It's basically a scene for scene remake of that series.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed it is. But I don't know. There's something about Firefly that just kind of captures the essence of the space western better than nearly anything.
The Train Job, that was space western as it gets. Was the Heart of Gold was Seven Samurai and a space western in its finest rearing. It's so good, such a good show.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Although I think if I had to pick a favorite episode, I would probably go with Out of Gas.
That's a good one.
I love Out of Gas as well. And I basically, this is a case where every time an episode starts, I'm like, oh yeah, this is my favorite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
I get that feeling too.
I like, there's quite a few that I like more, on that kind of level. I'm not as big a fan of war stories. In
Come
that
on,
regard.
man.
I like war stories, but I just don't have that same feeling that I do for like some of the others, like Out of Gas or Trash or Our Mrs. Reynolds, or Janestown is a perennial favorite.
Okay, let me ask you a question about war stories, and it might clarify a little bit on it. What was that guy's plan after he got paid?
Well, he was probably just going to kill him.
No, how? If they came and took the organs, they have to take the organs before.
Oh, right.
Paid.
War stories. I'm sorry, war stories. I got that mixed up with the one where Niska catches up to him. Yeah, the message. Oh,
yeah,
no, message. My bad. I'm sorry. Which was War Stories?
I didn't get mixed up. You got mixed up.
War Stories is where Niska comes back and ends up getting hold of Mal and Wash.
Yeah,
right.
And Wash is getting kind of pissy because he feels like
no power
Zoe,
in the verse can stop me. Yeah,
Wash is getting kind of pissy because Zoe and Mal have this like special bond, and he feels like left out.
Yeah, and it's a really good character episode for Wash.
It's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's great for everybody. You get to understand why Zoe has that bond with Mal, and without it being anything weird, even though Mal makes it weird constantly, he constantly fucks with you about his wife, because when they first got together on the ship, obviously, she didn't trust him.
Mm-hmm. That was the best part. I don't like him. I don't trust him. What I don't like him.
It's the mustache. And Wash shaves the mustache, and suddenly he's okay.
Honestly, what I loved about that was that is that there's this whole, at least for me, there was this whole thing of like I didn't think there was anything romantic between Zoe and Mal at all, but like there was always this little thing that's like, I mean, maybe there could be. The minute they lean into it, you're like, oh God, no, this is wrong. This feels so wrong.
Cringy.
It's so
Immediate
bad.
cringe, super cringe. Like,
Well, they're both so stiff as a board about it too. Like
Oh,
when, you know,
right.
at the end of War Stories, when he's like, "Well, you know, your husband's demanded that you and I sleep together," and she goes, "Well, sir, take me hard." Right, and the whole
Right,
thing is
it's
super
terrible.
awkward,
No,
and fucked up.
I'm sorry I brought it up.
So flat, yeah.
You know, and they're clearly they're just being sarcastic and they're fucking with him, but he was like,
That's also the first time we get a hint on River's capabilities, like her real abilities.
Yeah.
I think
What-
that's the
what-
only time in the show where they actually showcase anything combat related
Yeah.
with her.
Right.
No power in the verse can stop me.
Yeah, because
Oh, it's chilling,
anybody
man.
can cut Jane across the chest with a fucking kitchen knife, man.
And
That's
probably
true.
has.
True.
you know, but
And crushes balls. I mean, that also happens.
yeah, that
I think
that-
my other favorite part of that episode is where, you know, Zoe comes in with the money and Niska's like, well, this is enough for one. I can't let you have both. And you
Him.
can see the wheels turning in his head, like, oh, I'm gonna make her have to choose. It's gonna be awful. And she's like, that one. No question. And like, yes, because Mal is the one who's gonna be able to take, you know, the torture, and he's the one
Oh,
who's
what a
gonna be able
terrible
to deal with
decision,
it.
though.
Oh, absolutely. But she's going to pick Wash every single time over anybody else. No question. And I think that's what he
okay.
needed to know.
But
Yeah.
that's not what was necessarily in question, was whether who could take what. That's my husband.
Oh, I know. That's what
Mal
I'm
knows
saying.
immediately she's going to choose Wash because that's
Yeah.
her husband.
Right. And
Duh.
Mal, that's what it just lays it all on the line. Mal knows
And
it,
the
she
change.
knows it.
Oh, the change in Wash between him going in there, getting tortured, coming out and loading up pistols, walks in, basically pushes Jade out of the way. It's like, I need guns. He's like, that's what I'm talking about. Come on, let's get you some guns. What are we doing?
I got those. Where else? Yeah, there we go. No, I love that because it was like because that would be a big deal, and a lot of other things. It would be a big, like, ooh, what's she gonna do? How's she gonna pick? There's no question for her. There's no question for Mal. It was he would never have expected her to pick him over Wash, no question. So I think I had a lot of comments saying stuff like, oh, you know, well, it's because Mal can handle it, and he knows that's what's expected of him. Like, I'm sure that's a part of it, but no, it's because no matter what the situation, Wash comes first, and I think in the end that's what he needed to understand.
The absolute lack of thought process. This is enough for one, that one.
That one.
There's no chance for you to enjoy this. Put him in a box, wrap him up, deliver
Like,
him to
I
my
picked
ship.
you. That means I always pick you.
right, which was the concern he had at the beginning, and it alleviated all of that. Speaking of Wash, you know, I mean, you had some thoughts.
Some thoughts. I did have some thoughts.
Do I need to get alcohol for this? Are you fixing to upset me? He's a leaf on the wind, madam. Watch how he soars.
People, I got very, very upset at that. I got very upset at that. I actually had to, like, my thing is I watch, and this is like, I film as I watch, and my reaction is my reaction. After I finished, I actually did have to go back and watch the end of the movie again because I wasn't there the whole rest of the movie. It meant nothing to me. And like, I was saying things, I was commenting, I was, you know, doing what I do, but I didn't remember any of it. So yeah, it's I don't like it. I wish they hadn't done it. And I understand why. That's the thing. A lot of people think I don't understand why they did it. I know why they did it. I still don't like it. I don't think it's effective. It's not for me. So there's a lot of cinema splaining in my
Curse your
comment
sudden but
section.
inevitable betrayal.
When they go back under the bridge and his dinosaurs are still there, that's where I lost it.
Yes.
I lost it there.
I'm not joking. I screamed no when it happened. I stood up and screamed, and everyone else in the room was like, dude. And I was like, shut up. You don't know. You've never seen the series, you simple bastard.
And what's so funny is because my husband had seen the series and the movie, and I was talking to him about it after I finished. He saw the movie first.
Yeah.
And then he saw the show, and I'm like, well, no wonder you don't understand, damn it.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because I saw the movie when it was in the theaters, and I had watched most of the show that I had been able to catch. You know, the Fox really screwed that whole airing thing up
Yeah.
Yep.
as it aired. And I went to the theaters. I saw this movie, and that scene in particular, like, you know, I mean, there was a certain amount of whooping and hollering during the whole, like, you know, Reavers fighting the Alliance thing, because, you know, it just was kind of epic. But the second that spear goes through Wash, the entire theater just went dead silent. Everybody in that theater was just shocked into shutting the hell up, and we stayed that way. You know,
Mhm.
through much of the end of the rest of the movie. And what I think is kind of interesting, going back to War Stories, where Zoe shows absolutely no hesitation. Her husband comes first. That's just the way it is. Then we go back and we get the captain.
Yep.
When it sinks in to her character that Wash is dead, because she doesn't register it right away. She's just like, no, come on, baby, we gotta go, even though he's a corpse at this point, because it was instantaneous. The next time you see her, her eyes are dead. She's gonna do the job that she was ordered to do, but she has no intention of surviving without her.
She doesn't care. Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, and it's just very, very well played, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely in character. It completely fits. It would have been wrong to do it any other way for her.
And then there's Kaylee yet again, right there in the crux. Is like, you mean like sexual stuff? Oh, I'm gonna live.
I thought, like, I was so pissed. I was so pissed. I was upset and pissed and done. And like Jane had said something that was like kind of like funny, but I was like, I don't care. And then when she's like, wait, you mean sex? I'm gonna live. I couldn't help it. I had to laugh. To laugh. Kaylee brought me back.
No, I could see that. When I watched your reaction, I could see that you were still so angry that you weren't hearing anything that anybody was actually saying on the screen. And the bit that you were referring to, that Jane had said something funny, was she, you know, he says, you know, Captain's right, we can't be thinking of revenge like at a time like this. And Zoe says, do you really think any of us are going to make it through this? Because she intends to die.
And he's like, I might.
He's like, well, I might.
It's funny now, but I was just like, nope.
Yeah.
But no, Kaylee got me. I was like, all right.
That they had just killed off Wash tells you that nobody's safe.
I get that, and I understand it.
And I don't like.
But they already did that with Book.
The thing is, they did that with Book, and then also nothing else happened. Nobody else died. So like, why did we need to? I don't know. I get it. It's one of those things. It's like I understand the technical purpose, and I can understand other people liking it. To me, it was a step too far, and it was like the way it was done was just it felt like just cruel. Like I wanna make you upset.
I think it was done to chop the end off the franchise so that things like what's about to happen wouldn't be so tasteful. Is it too soon would have to be asked. Wash just died 20 years ago. You can't go making some woke bullshit out of it. You can't do it.
Yeah,
they won't permit it.
I can see that too. It did feel a little bit and based on some things I was told about, you know, how everything went down, I guess it did feel a little bit like, you know, like trying to stick it to like, you know, oh, you cut off my story. Well, guess what happens now? And I don't know what's true and what isn't. I've heard that it was because Alan Tudyk was committed to other things, and Ron Glass was unfortunately ill and you know, passed not long after, that they couldn't commit to more movies. So that's why they did it, which to me is kind of odd, because it's like, that's why are you planning on sequels when you don't even know how this was going to do myself, but making permanent decisions based on I don't know what's real and what isn't. I just don't feel like, I feel like you could have even killed him. It was the timing of it, the manner of it, the tone of the whole thing, it doesn't sit with me right. And I thought I would like soften over time. I thought I would get used to it. And I'm like, no, I pretty much hate it more every day.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Definitely.
You know, it's I've seen it a number of times now myself, and it's something that you do kind of get numb to after, repeated viewings. But
I imagine, yeah.
This is one of the reasons I watch reaction channels. And I know a number of people do watch reaction channels is because we get to kind of sort of vicariously experience shit for the first time, a second time.
You're a heartless space horror. You don't actually understand feelings from the human context. You never get over
your mouth until you. Anyway,
threatened me with a good time. I was young and I needed the money.
We're not paying. Anyhow, but yeah, no, it is one of those things. It's one of the reasons that I do like reaction channels, and like I said, it's one of the reasons reaction channels do so well is because so many of us are like, God, this was really cool the first time. I really wish I could fucking relive this, except I can't because it's a one and done kind of thing. But they're doing it, and I can watch them go through the shit that I went through, and it'll be great.
Yep, that's exactly it. That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same as what you used to do. A lot of people used to do. Like, I love this. You have someone come over and you watch together, and you're, you watch them. You watch them to see what they think. Because it's reliving it. It's sharing it. It's a lot of us don't actually. I guess a lot of reactors don't actually watch reaction channels. I do. I enjoy that. I enjoy it a lot. So I feel exactly like you do.
It's honestly one of my favorite things. It's weird how that works out too, because on this channel, we typically, if I'm not doing like game streams, which has kind of been a big thing lately, we will talk about all kinds of like wild and esoteric shit. And so I stay away from like news and pop culture and stuff on my own time, and I watch reaction channels for fun. That's what I do.
You're one of those people.
I told you before I was one of those people.
Yeah, I'm the opposite of that. I think that's why our dynamic works, because I'm the one that watches pop culture and gaming and news and all that stuff.
Balance.
Yeah. So it really does. Plus, he's a lot more. So Larry and I run a show together on Friday nights called Abyssal Musings, which is a little bit more pop culture oriented than the Saturday show, which I run with Sasquatch and some others, which is a little more chaos. And you can tell.
You're welcome.
You can tell which one of us runs which panel, because Larry is a military man, and he's very regimented, and he believes in order. And
organized.
On the other hand, we'll just start the show and start going and see where it fucking ends up.
That's how I stream.
On the other hand, Sasquatch, the group of Sasquatch is called a confusion. So
I love it. I live stream on Saturdays, and I go for like 8 to 12 hours, and I literally just go in with no plan.
Just raw dog it.
A lot of times I just play Marvel Rivals the entire time.
That's a talent. That's a talent.
Sometimes I play other things. Sometimes I have some buddies on, and we play something together. But it's like most of the time I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna hang out. You can hang out with me if you want to. I do not organize.
Maybe the problem is that they don't like my variation of Fallout 4. I had one where I live streamed killing all the white men and making a woke utopia, and another one where I equipped everybody with the most powerful weapon I could find for them to have, and that's the one I'm currently working with. And let me just say, don't attack my settlements. It's not healthy. It's not. They've got cryolators and fucking nuke cannons and crap.
Fair enough. Yeah. No, I just that's what we do though. Like, and I'm very, very happy to have found your channel in particular. I enjoy your reactions.
I'm really glad to hear that.
Very much. Yeah. It's you know what I think I like most about it is because a lot of times, and where's that echo coming from? Oh, there it goes. So a lot of times, and I do watch a lot of reaction channels, and most of the ones that I've found have been, genuine. There are a few out there who will say, "Oh, this is my first time watching," and they're just doing it for the algorithm or whatever. You can always tell when they're fake. But the genuine ones are a lot more fun, and you're a very personable person, very likable person on screen, and it's just it's fantastic. Plus, you have some insight in there, like not a lot of. I kind of hate to say this, but there are some reactors out there who are genuine about what they're doing, but they're also dumb as a box of rocks, and
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't
Yeah.
mean that in like I don't mean to be insulting about that. It's just like
Yes, it does.
sometimes nuance and storytelling just kind of escapes some people.
There is different, there's people I think like me who are trying to either entertain or be insightful. I kind of do both. And then there's some people who it's literally they're there to look pretty and go, oh, whoa, oh my
Mhm.
God. Which, you know what? Some of them have 500,000 subscribers. So, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
your
you
bag,
know,
but
like that's how do I put this? If you're gonna make reactions with your young and perky tits out the whole time, yeah, it's not gonna take that much to build your channel up. I'm sorry, it's a fact. We all know this. You know,
you know,
No, Sam, I will not give you my OnlyFans. Stop asking.
yeah. So it's I'm glad to hear that. It's like sometimes people don't like. I get a lot of you talk too much. Stop showing so much of you. Show more of the movie. And I'm like, number one, do you not understand how copyright works? I show more than 4 seconds of film footage, I'm gonna get hit. I get hit sometimes anyway, you know, for very little. It's like that's first of all part of it, but also not to be egotistical, but if you're here for a reaction channel, you're here for this. That's what
Right.
this is about.
Right.
You don't have to like it, no problem. But
Get you a shirt that says my eyes are up here.
you
I
know, but
should.
that's
I have a Labyrinth one. If you've ever seen Labyrinth, with the door knockers, and it says, "Don't ask us, we're just the knockers." Right here. It's one of my favorites. But yeah, it's yeah, and some people always think you're lying. I got a comment the other day about how I'm a liar because there's no way I haven't seen this and everyone's seen this. The movie was Weekend at Bernie's.
oh yeah.
Which was great, but you think if I'm willing to lie, I'm gonna lie about Weekend at Bernie's?
Right.
If I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna say, "Oh, I've never seen this MCU movie before. I've never seen this Disney movie before. I've never seen Star Wars." I mean, I lie
Have you
about
seen
that.
Ski Patrol?
I have not. I don't believe I've heard of it.
All right, so Ski Patrol itself is not a very great movie. But it set the stage for all of the 80s, like,
it's
shiesty, chicanery
Porky's on a
stuff that
mountain.
happened. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It broadened the view of, yeah.
nerds. Yeah, so it sounds intriguing.
Check out Ski Patrol. It
will.
kind of has that, I don't know. Porky's is good. It has a Porky's kind of vibe, but it's on a mountain in fucking Colorado with a bunch of rich kids.
Just that 80s raunch, and you know, do shock value
Caddyshack
stuff.
It's like Caddyshack on a mountain. Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah. So that was but yeah, that's what honestly part of the reason I came for the mutual subscribership, and then I stayed because of Ginger Snaps, and I'm glad I'm still there because you're fucking awesome.
Well, thank you.
I very much enjoy your channel. I enjoy your reactions. I enjoy your insights. You're just joy to watch.
Thank you.
Have you told her your real internet yet? Your real email?
No, we hadn't. I think we're connected on Twitter, and that was about
Let's
it.
get one more reaction before we go.
But hey, wait, Sasquatch, I have to point this out. I have to point this out. Have you ever heard Sam say so much positive things about someone? Ever? I'm in shock. I've never ever heard him give somebody a compliment like he just spent the last hour and a half doing, which is fine.
It's called glazing.
Most of the time, I'm hanging out with you guys.
I personally am perfectly fine with it. I don't get a lot of that, so.
No, I mean it's fine. It's just I'm in shock.
It's his
I've
channel.
never-
He can glaze what he likes, bro.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just I just never pictured him as someone, with all due respect, as with the capacity to do that.
Oh, I know what it is. You're having a problem with his simpery. Yes.
No. I don't think he's simping. I think he's being genuinely positive and honest. It's not that he's not.
Oh, that's the problem. Him
I
being
thought
positive.
you were a
That's
really
it.
negative person with nothing good to say.
That is the key.
No,
That is the
it's,
key.
it's not that. It's usually he'll give a compliment, and then I'll hear about 3 or 5 critiques about that individual or that thing, and then get another compliment, and then so for him to, I mean, it's a testament to your content for him to say what he said. And I've never heard him say
I
that.
appreciate that too.
Yeah, other than some
Basically,
movies,
Larry's
John
saying I'm
Carpenter
kind of a
movies.
dick.
No, I'm not.
Second that motion.
Kind of.
That makes
I'm
it
not-
even better
I'm not
because
saying
it's a
that.
lot more difficult to win over
No.
someone like that than it is someone who likes everything.
Well, I mean, Shadow of Hawk, he is.
Jeez.
But
Jeez.
and that was a genuine Freudian slip.
Sure.
Mhm.
No, it was.
Oh, I'm not connected.
But no, that I was in shock. That's all.
Fair enough. So yeah, I guess we'll with the weird backhanded compliment from Larry there.
Case in point, he could just say thank you.
That's true.
Yeah, I cut that part too, bro. I noticed it.
That's well, that said, the only other thing I really wanted to kind of touch on for those who aren't familiar with what's going on with the reboot is that the timeline of it is taking place between the 9 months between Out of Gas, or not Out of Gas, Objects in Space and Serenity that ostensibly took place. So
Okay.
all of the stories are going to fall in that period of time in which Wash is still alive.
Yes, but
Good.
if it goes to the same place, I don't know if that's enough for me.
I'm curious how Rod Glass ends up with his own planet.
That
Yeah.
that is interesting. Yeah, there's things I'm not writing it off immediately because of that, but it's like I'm afraid I'm gonna watch it knowing that that's still gonna happen.
Yeah.
Unless I can convince myself that Serenity is not real, it was a fever dream, and that's not what happened. I don't know.
It
And
could get
River
retconned.
wake up. No, you just have River wake up from a nightmare.
Hey! I'm not a
point.
big
It might-
fan of retcons. I'm not a big fan of doing stuff like that, or Deus Ex Machina, whatever. But I said for Wash, I don't care if you can make
She
it go
goes in.
away. I don't care what you do.
She goes in and turns off the radio. Click. They never get that signal.
Yeah, I feel like there is things. The problem is with that is like with anything else. There's things they can do. There's things that they can make that it could be very good, but it could be absolute garbage.
It absolutely could, especially in the format they're choosing, which I think is like half-hour animated. And I'm not sure that I'm okay with that. I don't know how that's going to pan out.
I like animation. I'm a fan of animation, but I the thing is it's like you can't just, it's not the same kind of thing. It's its own thing. Animation has rules and it has like structure that isn't the same as filming live action, and people don't always get that.
Also, I would refer you to Star Trek: The Animated Series, which mostly had the original cast from the original series reprising their roles, and it was absolute dog shit
And that's the other thing too.
in the
is-
70s.
is voice acting. I appreciate voice acting and voice actors. I don't think every actor can voice act.
Alan Tudyk's the only one on the cast who's got a proven track record.
Yeah, exactly. He absolutely can.
Mhm.
But it's not just saying lines. And I think if you only ever
Thank you.
if you only ever act with your whole body and your face, it's not the same thing. You have to be able to act with your voice alone. Some people can. Some people can't. I worry about that a little bit.
Yeah. I suppose we'll find out. Because part of me is, that younger me from 20 years ago jumping for fucking joy because I get more.
Yeah,
Right.
there's that.
Mhm.
There's that, it's how I feel anytime they do something with something I like. There's this little bit of, oh, I'm excited. And then it's, oh,
Reality sets in that we're in the
Yeah.
worst possible timeline
Yep.
for that type of stuff. I mean, you're going to look
Just
up
like
at Kathleen
Stargate.
Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy's going to be like the associate producer.
I did look this up at one point, but I think the showrunners actually are kind of, one of them comes from that sort of school of quote unquote filmmaking. And, so I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know how to feel about it. I guess I'm going to have to wait and see. And like Clifton brought up, this is kind of a shit time for some of us sci-fi fans because we're all on edge.
Yep.
They've already fucked Star Trek over.
And people
Star Wars
take
has been
much
dead
more.
for years, and they just here recently announced they're redoing. They're creating a new Stargate series, and for those of us who are Stargate fans, that's a bit of a mixed bag. You know?
Part of me's like,
Yeah.
oh
But it
yes.
Could be. It could be so great.
It could be spectacular. It could also be the biggest,
Mhm.
dumpster fire you've ever seen.
Well, I mean, you saw how Stargate Universe went. That wasn't exactly I mean, I loved it. I loved every minute of it, but most people don't like bad film like I do.
Well, I have to
Ren,
agree with
Ren
Sam.
Rogue in the chat is absolutely correct.
It's always a shit time to be a sci-fi. That's fair. That is fair. I will. Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
it's true.
100%
Unfortunately, most of the powers that be that run sci-fi went to the dumpster fire film academy. So
The self-insert film academy, which is what we're dealing with, is a bunch of freaking wine moms sitting around with their cats, self-inserting themselves into every single franchise you can imagine.
And even before that, it never has gotten much respect, or the only time it gets attention is when things are really good, and when things are really good and they get attention, someone else comes in and takes it over and wrecks it. Like,
Yeah.
it's just always, we can't have anything good.
The only exception I can think of off the top of my head is House, not The Doctor, but the old sci-fi, the old movies back in the day, House 1 and House 2.
Oh, right.
I've never seen it. The first one's good, but it's an analogy for alcoholism. The second one is absolute balls to the wall slapstick craziness, and it's excellent. It's rare that a sequel is better than the original, but the original did what it was supposed to do. It was what it meant to be. The sequel comes in and adds so much more depth to it that it's ridiculous. It's great.
What's funny is you say that. I've never seen these movies, but as a kid, I used to wander the video store in the horror section looking at
It's
the
one
boxes.
of these.
Ding
This
dong,
is
you're
on
dead.
front of it. The crystal skull. Is
And
like,
I see a disembodied rotting hand, poking a doorbell.
Yep, that's
Like, I
House
see
2.
that
Second story.
in my mind's eyes. I could probably recognize any horror movie VHS box cover from like 89 to, that would have
I'm
been in
not
a
even
video store
sure.
from 89 to 96.
I'm not even sure House 2 could be quantified as a horror. It actually plays out more like a interdimensional Western,
Ooh.
kind of. On the other end, it's an interesting watch.
It's
But
sort of
just-
like Phantasm if it wasn't objectively
Serious.
evil.
Right, if they weren't serious. if it was like Phantasm met Scary Movie, but they got along real well. There's a lot of shots across the bow of other horror movies in House and House 2. It's just that they're so subtle. Unless you know something about those movies, you don't notice it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, we're nerds here. We watch a lot of movies, so sometimes we get the references and sometimes we don't.
That's how that is sometimes.
I mean, we're not Dennis Miller.
No, I do not have that man's steel trap of a mind that no detail escapes Dennis Miller.
No matter how vague or inconsequential.
Right, and he can just pull that shit out of his ass at the drop of a hat. You know,
I feel like sometimes I could do that, and other times it's like when you were talking about the Civil War and stuff in Firefly. Literally all that went over my head.
Did you completely miss it?
I completely missed it.
All right, so the analogy
I get
goes
it
about
now.
like this.
I get it now.
He's a Confederado.
Yeah.
Mal is a full-on Confederado. He's not operating inside legal bounds.
Which is hilarious because if you think about it, they made a show where they made you root for the Confederates.
Yeah.
In the early 2000s.
I mean, yeah, they kind of did, didn't they?
I mean,
well, when you take one very big factor out of the equation, it gets a
that's the thing. Like there were, there was still slaving going on. They just didn't talk about it so much.
That's true. Yeah. And it's just one of those things. Sometimes it happens to me. Like I actually did record a reaction to the movie Sinners, and I never ended up using it because I didn't think I did a very good job, so I didn't want to. But like, there were things in there that I heard about later. I was like, oh yeah, nope. Well then.
Sometimes it's better that way. Sometimes it's better if you take a thing at face value.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Get Out, for example. If you don't think about what they were actually trying to do with that movie and what they're actually trying to say with that movie, it's a much better movie.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I never ended up seeing that because I heard literally the whole story and everything that happens, so that kind of made me not want to not bother seeing it.
That's what happened with me in Game of Thrones. I didn't watch any of it for that exact reason. But yeah, no, I think Jordan Peele's much better at sketch comedy than he is at horror.
Absolutely. I don't find him impressive at all.
He's very funny when he wants to be, but
he doesn't want to be.
Yeah, he just wants to make everybody suffer through whatever fucking issues he's got. So, but that said, I think we're probably going to close out. We're coming up on 2 hours here, and I think that's a pretty good length of time for a discussion of this nature. Sometimes we go, obviously, on the Saturday show, we will go as long as we need to. We had a show that was 5 hours once where we were breaking down some interesting media. Most of the time, it doesn't go that long, but
like I told you, 8 to 12 hours every Saturday for me. So it's yeah.
Yeah.
No worries.
But yeah,
that all live, or are you spending that time making videos?
No, I'm live.
Wow.
Mostly just playing games, and it's not because like I feel like I have to. That just the time just goes. That's like my day off. That's like my time to hang out with my community, my friends and stuff. So it just ends up going that way.
Indeed. But yeah, no, this was good. So I wanna thank everybody for coming out for this special in the daytime, which is not a thing I do. I don't do daytimes. I shouldn't even be like. I should have been at work like an hour ago.
I wish I told you it could have been later.
No, it's fine.
That's the problem. Is that your thing's on Saturdays and so is mine.
Yeah. It works. It worked out today. I ended up taking the day off. I got some other errands I got to do later this afternoon, and I can also do some more streaming later tonight. So it works out today. But we were down to the wire. I almost didn't make it because I have a very hard time getting up this early. I work nights, so
I just stay up late.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. But
what
I do want to
sleep, and why do you do it?
I don't know. I do it when I can, but it's often not enough.
No.
So I'd especially like to thank Abe in the chat for getting his times mixed up. And
Abe got
here on the panel.
Now Abe's got us.
Right. So everybody you see on the panel here today, their link to their YouTube channel is in the description below, except Larry's because he was kind of a surprise pop in, but I will add that later. And all that. So definitely go check those out. And let's go around the horn and do the outro thing. Clifton, what do you got coming up? Where can people find you?
I think the next thing coming up is over on Brandon's channel, Brandon the Anime Guy's channel, Anime 101. It's takeover time on Saturday, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And then on Mondays, you can find me on my own channel. So,
all right, cool. Yeah. Appreciate you being here, man. Aaron Laura, your turn.
Yeah, thanks for having me. You know, it's been a long time since I've seen the show, so I appreciate all the insight. I've learned a lot, guys. You know, a lot of things I overlooked and just didn't remember. I am both very hesitant and excited
Do you have the DVD release?
for the show. Pardon?
If you have the DVD show, you can see Nathan Fillion's tattoo of a little devil on his left butt cheek at the end of The Lassiter.
You know, that's what I really wanted to know. I was going to ask that next, so thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's in the episode trash. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm hesitant, but I'm excited. So we'll see what happens. I am Erin. You guys can usually find me up here on Friday nights and Saturdays in the chat, and that's my outro.
All right. Thanks for being here. As always, it's Caucasian Sasquatch. Shill your
What I
shit.
do? Oh, my shit? All of it or just some of it? You want all the things? I'll give you all the things. Check it out.
Do all the things.
So,
I don't know.
on Saturday, I'm here with the old curmudgeon dude up yonder, Samuel the Infamous over here. He tortures me with various things he finds in the world.
Glorious.
I really don't like it. I don't know why I participate. On Sunday, I do the Blast Radio. Captain Curmudgeon. I'm his producer. He tells me what to do. It comes out the way he wants to. It's great. On Tuesdays, these are almost all 8 p.m. Eastern, except Sam because he's weird. On Tuesday, I do the Naughty Corner with AJOT, where we go find a cop that did something wrong, a person that did something wrong, and usually some stupid pet somewhere that's doing something wrong. It's the Naughty Corner. You probably deserve to be there. If I have a guest for Sasquatch Shills, that happens on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, or whatever time they get ready to do it. That's how that works. And then I'm either on Powdered Dusty's when he's live as his backup producer, and I'm taking on a position with Chuck in Tennessee, who's doing a AA recovery type thing in conjunction with some panel type stuff here. It hasn't been hammered out. There's no solid anything there yet. It's just recovery, Alcoholics Anonymous, and friends. I don't know. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that sounds enticing as hell, the way you put that. Yeah, Lawrence Knight, what do you got going on?
All right, so you guys, as you know, you can see me right here on Sam's channel every Friday night on Abyssal Musings. As for mine, I am currently right now searching for a new platform to use. I was using EVMooks, even though my streaming was sporadic, but with what I want to do, now that I know what I want to do, I quickly found out that EVMooks is not the right platform to use for that. So I am currently searching for something else. OBS drives me insane, so I don't want to use that. But I take it, Caucasian Sasquatch. I think I probably need to message you offhand. I think you might be able to help me with what I'm looking for.
I don't know. What do I do? I'm just a guy in a swamp out here with a big beard. Call myself a Sasquatch. I might help. I could if you ask. Just let me know.
And I'm just a black man in the middle of nowhere in northern Ohio.
Sir, I can't control what you do when I'm not around.
Farms and but other than that, for now, this is where you guys can catch me, and just stay tuned because I am, believe it or not, hard at work looking for something else to use so I could bring some high quality stories with unfortunately I have to use AI voiceover work along with my own voice. But that's what my goal is to just make stories and entertain you guys, and do the occasional live stream, whether it be gaming, just talking about pop culture and things like that, and listening to my phone go off constantly.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I silent mine before I go live. All right. That brings us to our guest of honor, and I say that with I mean that sincerely. Rhetorical thrill.
Well, let's see. My last video just went up a couple of days ago. It is my reaction to Rush Hour.
Yeah, I just
And
watched that.
yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was very enjoyable. Coming up next, always assuming copyright doesn't screw me too bad. Monday's video, the next one is going to be Maverick, the Western with Mel Gibson.
Nice.
And also a lot of fun. And then let's see, the rest of this month will be the whichever movie wins the poll over on my Patreon. I do a poll about every month where I just pick a random year. I go find the movies that I haven't seen from that year and make a poll for Patreon members, free ones too. So there is that. I think it's looking like it's going to be A Few Good Men. I have to double check to see how the poll ended, but it's looking like it's going to be A Few Good Men. And then the 420 apparently falls on a Monday this year, so I think I'm going to have to do Up in Smoke for that. Just seems too perfect not to.
That's fair.
So I'm taking it a little bit easy. Doing the Firefly videos as a second upload every week was really like good. It paid off really well for me, but I kind of burned myself out a little bit doing that. I don't think I'm quite capable of doing a long-term double upload a week. So there will be a series eventually. It's going to be Band of Brothers, but I have no idea when it's actually going to start. So
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm watching it right now. They're going up on my Patreon, but it's like I'm going to wait till I have some. I'm going to edit them in like my free time, and then when I have a few, start uploading it. So.
Wait, free time? You guys have free time?
Theoretically, I do.
No, see, Sasquatch, what you're failing to comprehend here is that RT here is the only one that actually makes money on YouTube on this panel.
It's overtime work. It's overtime work for part-time pay.
Right?
Yeah. It's abysmal. I know. I work with a couple of monetized channels. It's fucking abysmal.
Yeah.
You know,
but
like
it's part of it. Part of it for me is just the joy of doing it too. So
right, like if we ever get monetized, I mean, I'm never gonna see more than a couple of pennies because my shorts are the ones that do the best, and they pay shit for shorts.
Garbage for shorts. Shorts is the worst thing that ever happened to the YouTube. I'll tell you.
I agree. Very much.
Shorts are the reason I have 5,000 subscribers.
Okay, well then I'm happy for you.
Well, then they changed how they handled the shorts. Right when I got enough to monetize, I did the thing, big boomy boom, bunch of subscribers, everything working, throwing it down, no problem. And then they're like, "Oh, you're gonna have to have more subscribers to monetize." And I was like, "Okay, fine." So I got more subscribers, and they're like, "Oh, you have to have more views on your shorts to monetize." And I was only like 500,000 views short. And I was like.
That is so typical, though.
Mm-hmm.
I just accounted it up to bad fucking timing on my part. Shit happens. Life sucks. We deal with it. I do better at this kind of stuff anyway.
Right. And that's why I mostly do live content. I don't do videos or whatnot because I'm not good at the whole script thing. Like I was just talking last night on this live stream I did last night. If you set me in front of a mic and I'm just going, I'm talking at a screen, I'm in a room, it's dark, I'm by myself or whatever, but I see the chat responding to me, then I can go, and it's no problem at all. It only gets weird when I'm sitting in a room by myself talking into a microphone and there's nobody listening because I'm recording to it. I don't do scripts, I don't do recordings, that kind of thing, because it makes me feel like a crazy person. So
you do feel like a crazy
but
person.
I won't use it.
I don't use a script obviously because it's just extreme of consciousness, but I don't like doing it like when my family is home.
Right?
It's embarrassing and it feels weird. I mean, sometimes I have to, but it's like I don't like doing it.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever had one of your family members tell you to please go film a video? Just leave me alone. Go do whatever it is you do when you're not messing with me.
You know, I haven't because I'm I don't know what
Not nearly as annoying as me. I got you.
Well, like I just am you ever heard the concept of a bedroom kid and a living room kid?
I don't like where this is going, and I withdraw my question.
Well, it's just like some kids want to be in their bedrooms all day, with their stuff in their room, and some kids like to be out in the living room and just be part of like the whole like household movement. I'm a bedroom kid. It's like, well, except for it's my office, But it's like if I'm working, if I'm watching something, if I'm doing almost anything, I'm going to be in here. And my kids are older, and they two of them are teenagers. They don't like me anyway, so it's like we see each other just enough, I think.
Mine are 20, and I totally understand. They don't like me at all, but they just stick around because it's easier.
Yeah.
Mine are 6 and 2, and the daughter only likes me when she wants something. The 2-year-old, the rest of the time is get away from me.
Yeah,
I've got a grandkid that's decided that I'm the source of all food.
Oh yeah,
He sees me, he's like,
that's where my younger ones, like, they spend pretty much every weekend and every break with my mom and my stepdad, because that's where the fun is. That's where the food comes from. That's where the good stuff is.
I think my nieces and nephews actually like me better than my own children do. So
they probably do.
And I don't hardly have anything to do with them because they're not my kids, and I don't really like other people's kids. So it is what it is. But yeah, so I guess to kind of curtail this, because so fun fact about Screaming Into the Void, which is the name of the show we do on the Saturdays. This is how it goes. Somebody says something offhand, and the next thing you know, we're having an entirely different conversation. It's just the way that it is.
I will say this, Brick Petitions. I'm definitely not an outside kid. I'm definitely not that.
Oh yeah, no, that.
Are there any off the property kids? Because that's the kind I was.
I mean, yeah, probably, but I was an avoid the hate ball at all costs kid, so I was indoors.
The hate ball in the sky.
Yeah, that one.
I didn't have that option.
I'm ginger.
Step outside and burst into flames. Not worth the risk.
Basically, yes.
I wasn't going to do this. I wasn't going to do this, but you had to go and bring it up, didn't you?
Oh, fucking ginger!
Anywho, that said, my name is Samuel the Infamous. This is my channel. We do a variety of things here. There will be an Abyssal Musings Friday night. We will be back with Screaming Into the Void on Saturday, despite the fact that this is technically Screaming Into the Void. It's sort of a special one-off kind of thing, but it will be in the same playlist, so go check that out if you haven't watched already. And more Crimson Desert, lots more Crimson Desert. I think I might actually be addicted to Crimson Desert, so we'll be playing a lot more of that.
I heard about that the other day. Is that good?
Well, you know what? It's
playing.
Well, here's the thing. It depends on who you ask. Everybody loves it, but the controls, genuinely, the controls are not easy. And so while I know people like Sam that love it,
they've been adjusted significantly with updates.
I know someone that on X this morning, I could tell she's on the verge of going full She-Hulk out of rage because every little thing about it is getting to her. So it depends on who you ask.
I see.
Yeah,
I'll keep an eye on that then.
I'm enjoying it, and they've done several patches that have actually fixed some of the controller issues in the last week. So
actually doing what the fans want.
What a concept, right?
Right.
Korean companies,
obvious losers. And on top of that, it's April Fool's Day, so it's only going to stick for a day.
Right. That's true. But yeah, there will be a lot more Crimson Desert, probably even later today, just because, like I said, I can't stop playing it. But the first step is admitting that you have a problem. And unlike my friend the Renaissance Nerd, I can admit that I have a problem. So that said, stick around. We do all kinds of stuff on the channel, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you to everyone, every member of the panel, particularly Rhetorical Thrill, for being here. This is fantastic. I enjoyed this discussion very much, and I hope to do it again someday soon.
Yes, absolutely.
You've been a fantastic guest. These others have been around long enough for me to tell them to go fuck themselves. And
I think they're a great panel. I had a great time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Give me a chance. I can disappoint you eventually.
So, but that said, thank you everybody for hanging out, watching, and all this stuff. Pass it around. It's a good show. Good show, everybody. That said, remember, it could always be worse. It could be raining flaming cobras in Minnesota. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye bye.